here's what. Last we've learned, we figured out how to solve equations with quadratics in them by factoring. I'm going to write something down. Don't write it. Just watch. I just want to make sure we're all on the same page. We know how to do a problem that looks like this. It's super easy. And we would say factors of 10, 21 that make 10. And we went like this. We went 3 and 7. We did this. And we did this. And this is what we know, right? We're super pros, and we're super good at it, right? And so what I'm telling you is there's actually more ways to solve these guys than factoring. Factoring is a good way, but there are actually 3 other ways. And today we learned the second. And I like this way, and to be honest, in real life, if I was doing a math problem, I would probably use this other way. I like it better. So it's called using square roots, and I think you guys are going to end up liking it as well. So the first thing I need you to watch is this, and this one you could kind of write down if you want. If we had a problem that looked like this, oops, let me get rid of that guy. X squared minus 25 equals 0. We know how to do that, right? This is not new. And so you can do it if you want to do it with me. Here's what I taught you. It's a little two-parter. And we would say x and x plus and minus 5 and 5, right? And then we would say, oh, so our answer is x equals the opposite and the opposite, right? We totally know how to do that. That's not new. What I'm going to show you is there's an easier way to do this, and I think that you will like it. So the easier way looks like this. Oops, sorry, that's kind of weird that I have weird stuff on there. Let me go back to this screen, sorry. God knows what the video is going to look like on that one. Okay, so here's what we're going to try. We're going to do this. We're going to say x squared minus 25 equals 0, but we're going to do it a new way. Now, the first thing you got to know is this. In math, everything has opposites, right? In math, they're actually called inverses. So if you say, hey, here's an x, and I want to add 3, and I say to you, how could I do the opposite of add 3? What's the opposite of add 3? Subtract 3. Adding and subtracting are opposites. They're inverses, right? If I said, hey, what if I was timesing by 3? What would be the opposite of times by 3? Divide by 3, because timesing, multiplying, and dividing are inverses. They undo each other. Well, now today what we're going to talk about is something you might have seen before in Algebra 1 a long time ago. The opposite of a squared, he has something that undoes it. Does anyone know what his opposite is? Square root. It's square root. It undoes it. That's its job. So it takes the squared and it kind of they cancel each other out in essence. They undo each other and we get just plain old x. You know me. You know I always think of weird ways to remember this. Here's how I think about it. Oh my God, I'm going to go to jail on this one. So I think of a squared as like a guy with a little bomb, right? He's got a bomb strapped to him. That's bad. So what we need to do is we need to call the police and they need to put him in jail. See how this all works? And once he goes into jail, he's neutralized. He's just regular. He's just totally regular. So there's going to be times when I'm going to walk around and be like, hey, you got to put that guy in jail. That's why, because what he does is he neutralizes the bombs. And you're thinking, why, Mrs. Tarantino? Why are you telling us this? And here's where this comes into play. You guys ready? So let's take a look at this problem and let's see if we can do it in a new way. And the new way is this. I'm going to take this guy, and here's the situation. I got a guy, he's got a bomb, and there are people around him. Well, that's bad. So the first thing I'm going to do is move the people away. It's like, people, get out of there. There's a guy with a bomb. Get out of there. And they're going to go to the other side. Phew, they're safe. So now what I have is I have my little x squared there. In math, that's called isolating the variable. And now, Zane, don't keep talking over me, babe. So don't keep talking over me. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in the bomb squad. They're going to come in and do that. But you know in math, the deal is What I do to one side, I have to do to the other. So I do this and I do this. So I get x equals, and what times what gives me 25? 5. Now, here's the only thing that you got to know. In the other problem, I had 2 answers. And on this one, I only have 1. And here's the deal. When you put the square root sign in, when you do it, you have to account for the fact that 5 times 5 is 25, but so is negative 5 times negative 5. So on tonight's stuff, you're going to get a positive answer, and you're going to get a negative answer. Does that make sense, right? Because 5 times 5 makes 25, so does negative 5 times negative 5. That's why I say we always get 2 answers when it's squared. There are your 2 answers. Some of you are going to say, but Miss T, a few years ago, I learned a cool little tricky symbol. Can I use it? This guy. Yeah, you absolutely can. You absolutely can. Right? You're going to get a plus. How is that? Is that bad? You guys want to try one on your own? Let's do this. You got this. Yeah. Okay. Leave me out there for a second. So try this one. X squared minus 49 equals 0. Nice and easy. Nothing scary. Nothing scary. You guys got this. Huh? Oh my God. What? I'm sorry. I don't know what I keep touching. I keep touching something. I like the way that everyone said that's so mean. You're not going to get rid of it. You're going to be an idiot, Miss Lee? You're just going to leave it there because you're stupid? I knew you were thinking that. Well, look, you know what he did? He just shrugged like, yeah, it kind of was. I just spit spooty. Can you check with your neighbor? Did you get an answer? Did you guys see that? I just totally came out of my mouth. X squared, I moved that 49 over, so x squared equals 49. Bring in the bomb squad. What? I'm sorry. It's my shirt. X equals 7 and negative 7, right? Okay, you know me though. We're gonna up the heat, my little lobsters. I'm turning it up a little bit. Here we go. 3x squared minus 4 equals 23. Here's a Mrs. Tarantino way to think about it. I need to get that bomber all by himself, right? He's got collateral damage around him. I need to get rid of people. So the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to move that 4 first, right? Get out of the way, 4. Get to the other side. Then I'm going to divide by 3. I want just the x squared all by himself, right? So you don't do that square root thing. You don't put him in jail until he's got no one left around him, right? You don't want to say they're put in jail. That's not fair. When you get an answer you like, can you share it with your neighbor and see if they believe you? See if they think you're crazy? They might think you're crazy. It might have nothing to do with the problem. Here we go. I'm going to add 4 to both sides. I get 3x squared equals 27. I'm going to divide by 3, x squared equals 9. Now I bring in my little bomb squad, right? Boom, boom. So x equals, what times what gives me 9? That's 3, but I also have to account that there's 2 options. 3 and 3. Can I get a non-aggressive wiggle? Is that all right? Yeah? Someone in another class does it like they're threatening me. It's terrifying. Okay. You know we've been learning some weird stuff for a reason. Try this one. Oh, I'm stepping up the game a little bit. Here's a hint. Square root jail. You're gonna have to pull some twins out. You're going to have to simplify that radical. Yeah, that's why we've been doing all sorts of weird stuff all week, right? We knew that stuff was in here somewhere. Here it is. So here's an answer. Square root 20. Yeah, you're going to have to pull some stuff out, right? Yeah. Break it down into 4 and 5, right? Does that give you a hint? You have to simplify root 20. Yeah. But 2 answers. There you go. And not for nothing, Glenn, I would give that a correct thing. It's when you do the plus minus sign, for some reason, the minus doesn't problem. Again, not that it totally doesn't matter, but I just don't want you to be like, why? Not show it up right. It just is. It's my life. X squared equals 20. I'm feeling okay. I'm skipping some steps here because you guys are good. It's algebra 2. We're going to go ahead and throw that jail in there. X equals, ooh, square root of 20. I can't leave it like that, right? I got to simplify it. You knew we were learning this weird stuff for a reason. Here's where it all shows up, right? I got a pair right here. One comes out, one dies in the process. The 5 is still there. I am almost super excited, but I have to remember I get 2 different answers. I get a plus version and a minus version. Are we okay? Yeah? So far so good? Okay, a little bit more. Here we go. Let's try this one. Very excited. 2x to the second minus 3 equals 77. Your daughter's waking up and doing this problem. When you get an answer you like, again, as always, see if people around you believe you. And if they don't believe you, you know what? Be aggressive. Yell at them. Even if you're wrong, you know what? Be confident and yell at them. Here's what I got. I'm getting x squared equals 40. X equals, ooh, I got to split that 40 up into 4 times 10. That's what I did. And then 2, 2, 2, 5. One pair of 2s. Only one pair of 2s. 2 comes out. And you know what? That sad 2 and 5, they hook back up. So they're going to be 10 inside. I'd love that to be my only answer, but I got to remember there's a positive 1 and a negative 1. Yeah, nice and easy. Okay, we did square roots. We did simplifying square roots. What have we been doing yesterday and today, or the day before? So guess what's coming? You know what's coming. We're going to have some eyes in there. Okay, so way back when we first started this chapter, I tried to trick you. And I said, can you do this problem right here? Right? And I said, no, you can't do it because there's a plus there and it doesn't work. And I said, it's not factorable. But now that we have the I trick, this one is doable by square roots. So here we go. Here's what's going to happen. I'm going to move this guy over, right? I'm going to move him over. And here's what I've got. I'm going to have x squared equals negative 25. Now, oh, I almost went down there. Watch what happens. I'm going to grab my little square root jail, square root him, square root him. Look at that. I have a negative in the square root. Remember, we're not allowed to have that happen. So what we do, it's the ghost, right? He just floats right out. So I'm going to get x equals I root 25. And now I can split up 25, right? I can split it up now really easily. 5 and 5. So these come out. So here's what I get. I get 5i and negative 5i. Someone asked in my other class, can I go I5? But remember, we're pretty prejudiced in Mathlandia. Anyone who has a ghost friend, they go in the back of the room. Right? How is that? Is that weird? You guys want to try one? Yes. Yeah. Yes. I like that. No. Yes. We're doing it anyways. How about this one? Ooh, x squared plus, how bad do I want to make it? We'll make it not super bad. I'm 18. This has a lot to it. This is kind of everything. And then we have one more problem and I'm going to be quiet. has some simplifying, it has some I, it has square root jail, it has everything. It's a delicious problem. That's why it's on the quiz. And on Monday, we just kind of practice everything, and then we take our quiz. And then we do the last thing in the chapter, which is not like my least favorite. Okay. Okay, you guys ready? You guys ready? So here's what I'm going to do. Minus 18, minus 18. It's got, get out of there. There's a bomber. Be safe. Okay, I'm over here. But I have a really bad attitude, and now I'm in jail, and I believe in ghosts. Because I don't know why, I just do. It's like we can't allow that in jail. So we're going to get x equal I root 18, but now we deal with the root 18, right? Now we split this guy up into 9 times 2 and 3 times 3. Circle it. 1 comes out. So here's what we're left with. The 3 is in the front. The I goes next. The root 2 goes next. That is so awesome. But it would be wrong if I forgot to also do what? Plus and minus. Put a -1, right? If you want to get fancy, that is awesome. If you want to do the plus minus sign, that's okay with you too. Yeah. Yeah. This is everything. This is welcome to Algebra 2. This is everything we've done all this chapter in one pretty problem. Last one, and then you're on your I'll give you what you need to do, and no, stop. What the holy hell is happening here? Oh, negative 2x squared plus 3 equals 57. I like this one. You can do this, you got everything. You could. But it'll still work the same. You'll still have that, then that 57 should. But yeah, that'll totally work. Just make sure you go all the way across. And you're doing the time. Gotta say that, but down on close, so freaking sucker. Ah, 27. If you're wondering if 54 divided by 2 is. Square root, x equals, I'm going to split that, I've got that I coming out first, I'm going to split that 27 up into 9 and 3 and 3 and 3, 1 pair of 3's comes out, 1 dies in the process, 1 is left alone inside, 3i root 3 and negative 3i root 3. What do you think? Are we okay? Everyone feeling okay? Okay, fine. So I will give you your homework, and then I'm going to cut some stuff up. Okay?
All of it.
I got to go clean it up. Sorry, friends. Hold on. I'm turning it off. Bye. 18 minutes. That's not too bad. Very bad.